And welcome to the Pilot Pen Tennis Tournament presented by Schick. It's the final stop on the U.S. Open Series. Chris Fowler, Mary Jo Fernandez, Pam Shriver joining us courtside. And you're watching one of the fast rising players in women's tennis, 18-year-old Ágnes Daniela from Hungary against the second seed, 10th ranked player in the world, Daniela Hantuchova. And Szávay showing why she's moved her ranking up very rapidly to number 41. Mary Jo, impressive start for the youngster against the veteran.
Yeah, Szávay has really good ground strokes, particularly her double-handed backhand. Really leans into it. She's ranked 41, and she had to qualify here. She was one out. She won a couple matches and beat Stozer from Australia in her opening match.
She got the break to go up 2-1, just held for a 3-1 lead. These games have been long and competitive for the most part. The one game that Hantuchova has won so far was the opening game of the match. 16 points it took to win that first game, and she saved 2 break points against Szávay, who has her first career title under her belt on clay at Palermo. This is her first hard court tournament since the early part of the year. She's been mostly a clay court player, but she's got the ground strokes to succeed on this surface.
You know, from the little that we've seen so far, she hits the ball big, so hard court should suit her game just fine.
And she has been feasting on the second serves of Hantuchova, just thumping returns and taking command of points, like right there.
Just like that.
Hantuchova, when she hasn't gotten the first serve in, Mary Jo, won just 3 of 13 points.
Yeah, and we've seen her gamble a little bit sometimes because she knows that the big attacking return's coming, so she's going to have to gamble, I think, a little bit on the second serve and go for some first serves.
We'll fill you in throughout the afternoon on what's going on here, the final stop of the U.S. Open Series. Also look ahead to the U.S. Open draw, which has just been released today. Give you a peek at both the men's and women's draw. The final slam of 07. Hantuchova in trouble again in this service game with yet another double. You're right, she really is pressing on that second serve now.
Yeah, she has to. I mean, I think she just needs to get a few more first serves in and change it up. Throw some body serves, really change the location up.
She may be rusty. She hasn't played since Los Angeles. She retired against Dementieva, had that upper respiratory problem, had the flu that was going around there. Hasn't played since then. She got a bye in her first round here.
Second serve.
But she plays a lot of tennis. She's played a lot this year. She's winning matches again, back at 10 in the world. Remember, she had her big breakthrough 5 years ago.
It was a nice forehand, but that'll get her going. She had that memorable match at Wimbledon with Serena, which she lost in the third set 6-2. Won that first set, lost a tiebreak, and then wasn't able to.
Well, that was all the drama with Serena when she hurt her leg. It was a cramp, and the rains came, saved Serena. She was able to come back and win the third set.
If not for that untimely shower from Hantuchova's point of view, she would have beaten Serena that day. Serena admits that.
Yeah, most likely.
But she wasn't able to handle the mental aspect of playing against an injured opponent.
Yeah, which sometimes can be tough, and especially against Serena, who hits the ball so big. Doesn't have to do a lot of moving, can just, you know, wail away right away in a rally. And that's something that Hantuchova's learned herself now. She's a little fitter, a little quicker. She doesn't have to go for the outright winner.
So Hantuchova holds, but the 18-year-old still up a break. So we welcome you. Hope you enjoyed the Little League action. We'll fill you in on what's going on throughout this tournament and also on the men's side as well. And since you were down with Patrick McEnroe with the U.S. Open draw, that'll be a part of our coverage. We can give you a quick preview. Serena Venus, Anna, Yankovic, Ivanovic, all in the same
all
half
in the
of
top
the draw.
half. Both the men and the women's draw top heavy. A lot of heavy hitters.
This is the final tune-up for the players that are involved. It'll be heading down I-95 to New York City for the U.S. Open next week. And rain has been a problem in New Haven. It's kind of threatening today. It's a very cool, cloudy day, but rain has been a problem in the early part of the week, and that's created a backlog of matches. They're trying to get things back on schedule today. We can show you some of the results. They use a number of courts at this very nice tennis facility, and you see Marianne Bartoli, the surprise finalist Wimbledon. She's through to the next round. Daniela had to fight through.
Yeah, and finally, Bartoli last week in Canada won back-to-back matches for the first time since Wimbledon. Good win for Daniela. The Italian Schiavone over Lois, and Dementieva with a 2-set victory over Harkerode. And in the draw, you see Kuznetsova as the top seed. She had some stomach injury last week, so we'll see. She plays a very good, talented youngster from Poland. And Schiavone waits the winner of that. You have Dementieva, Bartoli. That should be a good one.
You see that Hantuchova on the other half of the draw. She's the second seed. So the winner of this match, you get the winner of Bondarenko and Mirza. Vanya King and Dinara Safina are on one of the outer courts now, so we'll keep you posted on that. In the meantime, let's check in with Pam Shriver courtside. Pam?
Well, a couple thoughts about this match. I spoke to Daniela Hantuchova right before the match. She didn't know Agnes from a tropical storm. Had never seen her, didn't know what she looked like, didn't know anything about her game, and that's kind of the way Hantuchova started. The scouting report to Hantuchova was the backhand is the biggest shot. We've clearly seen that, and I'll tell you, Agnes has a beautiful game. I can see why she's around 40 in the world and done it quickly. And I also, Chris and Mary Jo, love the socks. It's something really special to see the little balls on the bottom of the socks once again. And talk about retro looks. One of the big stories this week is going to be a retro look of seeing Lindsay Davenport back on the court, due to play doubles later today. And I'm hoping to talk to Lindsay during this match about her upcoming doubles match later today with Lisa Raymond against the #1 seeds.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun.
Lindsay, the new mother, didn't take her long to get back on court.
It didn't at all. I mean, she played a team tennis match about, what, 5-6 weeks after her son was born, Jagger John. And now she's playing doubles here, scheduled to play singles after the U.S. Open in Asia.
She just didn't quite feel that she was ready to kind of get back on the singles court.
It's kind of tough to your debut after you had a child at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what Lindsay has to say of why she wanted to come back and so quickly.
Hantuchova trying to turn around this first set, has an opportunity. And Szávay's serve, she has not yet had a break point against the teenager's serve in this opening set yet. She let it go, and it landed inside the court. A little bit of a mental cramp there, and now Hantuchova does have 2 break points to get back on serve.
Rarely do you see that. I mean, you always play any close call. And she thought this one was going way out, and it was right on the line. Got to play those.
Correction, ball's good. 30-14.
It will be an ace. The chair overruling. So the 3rd ace already for Szávay in this opening set. 1 break point saved. Well played. Szávay not just getting there, but flicking it cross court for the winner.
Yeah, it's one thing to have the foot speed to get it. It was a good drop shot. Hantuchova coming in, and she kept the racket in front, hit the outside of the ball for a great angle. So important to keep that racket ahead of you when you're running up for those short drop shots.
So tough to control. Soften your wrist when you're going forward so quickly. 2 break points saved.
field too, Szávay. She hits the ball so big that the drop shot is just a great shot because most players are going to be on their heels trying to defend.
Good work in that game as Szávay shows the range of skills to climb out of a 15-40 hold and maintain momentum in this first set. 4-2. Keep up with the U.S. Open Series, what's left of it. For the latest scores, standings, and TV schedule, go to usopenseries.com, and we'll talk more about the implications. The U.S. Open Series winners are Maria Sharapova and Roger Federer. Whatever they achieve in terms of prize money at the Open will be doubled in terms of contributions by winning the U.S. Open Series, Libra 2000 Challenge. And the women's side, Mary Jo, tremendous balance in this summer series. 8 different finalists in the 4 tournaments involved in the U.S. Open. Sharapova won the biggest of them in terms of points.
Pretty incredible. Justine Anna just won in Canada, but only played the one tournament, therefore didn't qualify for the series to end up in the top 3 there.
Oh, she covered the court, but sprayed the volley wide.
She was there. She anticipated correctly, just catching the volley late. Open up the racket face a little too soon there. That's a huge return. Good ball striker.
Return really is a weapon.
Oof. Good acceleration. I mean, if it's in her strike zone, if it's right where about waist level, watch out. Similar to Hantuchova. I mean, Hantuchova likes that ball right in the same level. She hasn't been able to dictate as much as she'd like to so far.
You may want to stay away from that backhand return. That's been very dangerous for Szávay. Missed that one. They got up high on her there.
Yeah, didn't get her feet up to it quick enough, Szávay.
Hantuchova holds, but it's still the 18-year-old from Hungary. The qualifier here, Ágnes Szávay, with the lead, 4-3. And welcome back to this beautiful tennis facility just next to the campus of Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut. Nice day to play tennis if you're a player, as long as it doesn't rain. It's very cool. Temperatures in the 60s, cloudy, feels fall-like here.
It could warm up just a little bit, I think. I think the players like it when it's a little warmer.
Impressive start. Szávay will serve with new balls, leading 4-3. The women might like it about 5 degrees warmer. If you took a poll of the guys, I bet they say it's okay in the 60s. There's a challenge on the sideline. Hantuchova was unsuccessful with the challenge in the very first game, burned one early, so she only has one unsuccessful challenge left. This one, however, is on the line.
Love 15.
opportunity for Hantuchova to get back on serve.
She had a couple break
Yeah.
points the last service game at Szávay. Let's see if she can.
18-year-old was
Make it
rock
here.
solid on that
Yeah.
occasion. Hantuchova trying a little change of pace in the rally. Let's go courtside to two mothers to talk about tennis and daycare.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Chris, one of those stories we've been following this whole U.S. Open series, very first day in L.A., what, 5 weeks ago, was Lindsay Davenport's comeback. Now it's upon us. You're playing doubles in about, what, 35 minutes on the Grand Slam court. Why the comeback so soon after having your boy?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have any plans to do this, but everything went really smoothly in the pregnancy and with the delivery, and it just seemed like something fun, and it seemed like an attainable goal. We'll see once I'm out there when I get off the court.
Well, at first I was like, oh, I wondered why, but then I kind of thought, well, you're in your early 30s. There's no going back after this. It's still just one kid, and believe me, it's easier to travel with them now than it is later on. So is that part of your thinking, that if it's not now, it's never?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we kind of feel like, my husband and I, that would probably have 1 year, and hopefully that gives me a chance to play one more Olympics. And, you know, when he gets moving around a little bit, and we talk about having more kids, obviously you can't play anymore. But for now, it seems like we can hopefully manage, and it seemed like an exciting thing to try and do. I mean, females do it in other sports all the time. We haven't seen too many players do it in tennis recently, and, you know, I'll see what I can challenge myself to do.
When I was watching practice about an hour and a half ago, obviously your ball striking is always going to be there, but I was amazed. Your footwork was really lively. And, you know, coming from me, I'm not the expert, neither one of our strength. But how difficult was it after C-section, you know, like getting the footwork and the positioning back?
It is, and it's still, you know, it's still a problem. That's one of the reasons why, like, I wanted to play the U.S. Open so badly, but that's the part that is still going to be tough for me to get back, and I'm still trying every day to get it back. You know, I still have a little bit more weight to lose, which will hopefully help the footwork even more, and just keep practicing at it, and hopefully as the weeks and months go by, I'll be able to hopefully get close to the same level I was at when I stopped.
You mentioned the Olympics, competing in Beijing. What other goals do you have during this comeback?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, you know, for me now, winning a match or two at a tournament might be like a huge goal achievement. I still think I can do well. I think it's going to take me a few months. I don't think I'll be at my best tennis, and I'm kind of looking at January 08 to be going at 100% at full time, and what I do this fall, maybe just here and there to get something under my belt. But, you know, I hope to get back to the top of the game. I don't know really what that means.
Last time we had you on ESPN, you were actually helping announce the finals of the Pacific Life with Hantuchova. You've been watching this match early on, and a promising young player with Agnes. I mean, what have you noticed in this match?
Yeah, I'd heard that, I'm going to say her name wrong,
Szávay?
Yeah, was a good young player, and, you know, I think Daniela is another great ball striker, and she's definitely gone up and down in her career, and seems like she's steadied out a little bit now, but I'm definitely impressed with this young one over here at backhand. Seems to be pretty world-class so far.
Lindsay, how nervous are you? I mean, obviously you've played major finals, you've won all the majors except the French, but this is an interesting match you have in a half hour. Are there butterflies in that Davenport tummy? I mean, we got Jagger out. What about the butterflies?
Totally. I'm super nervous. You know, I'm playing with Lisa, who's one of the best doubles players we've had over the last decade, and unfortunately we got the #1 seed. So for me, it's tough, because you like to play one match to get your reaction sharp and get everything going, and with the no-ad scoring and no third set and playing one of probably the best team this year, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to fool myself, but hopefully it'll be fun. It's the first step in a long process, and you know, I'm looking just to kind of get my feet wet today.
Look, hang with us here. Hantuchova's 2 points from a change of ends at 5-4, and just sort of take us through a little bit of what the player thinks about in a big game like this, serving.
Gosh, you better hold. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we're the return of the, absolutely, you better hold.
You know, women's tennis, it's so tricky because so many of the players return so well. And so it's not as big a deal to hold serve. It's becoming a bigger deal in women's tennis. It's obviously extremely important in men's tennis. But, you know, if you're Hantuchova, you probably feel like if you can hold here, your chance to win the set, to break to win the set is great. So you obviously want to keep that lead, but probably make some first serves. This other girl doesn't have a ton of experience, so make her play or just hit winner drop shots like that.
That was very timely. Well, look, Lindsay, we're following this story. We think it's wonderful you're back. Good luck with today's match and the rest of your year and next year.
Thanks, I'll need it.
Chris, Mary Jo?
Okay, Pam, thank you. What a treat to hear from
That's
Lindsay
fantastic.
Davenport. And she's still very nervous about stepping on the court with Lisa Raymond against Cara Black and Liesl Huber. And we'll keep you posted on how they do this afternoon, of course. There's Hantuchova coming through with the hold. She's got control with 3 straight games. And Lindsay Davenport is back on a tennis court. It's great to see. Daniela Hantuchova has turned around this first set in New Haven. Szávay of Hungary now serving at 4-5. Hantuchova reeling off 3 straight games. She did earn them. She was able to turn around this first set at the break at love last time Szávay served. Hantuchova is starting to dictate more and more points, standing up right on the baseline.
15-all.
Lindsay Davenport appreciating the ball striking she's seeing out here in this first set. One of the all-time great ball strikers in women's tennis, Lindsay.
Chris, if Lindsay plays as well as she just did that interview and spoke about her reasoning, I mean, wow, she's so together to me. It's amazing. I mean, #1 seeds are in trouble later, I think.
I agree.
She talked about her master plan, Pam. I thought it was interesting that she's already targeting the Beijing Olympics about a year from now, and the ranking policies would certainly come into play, the protected ranking that she would have despite being away for an extended period, and frankly the lack of viable candidates to represent the U.S. The Olympics would be a factor as well.
Well, and I think once you've been a champion, you've won so much like Lindsay, you don't come back unless you really have that belief that you're going to do well again. And the one-team tennis match she played, I wasn't there, but I heard from a lot of people she played very well. She won her doubles and her mixed doubles.
So she'd be a candidate to represent the U.S. in singles and doubles in Beijing.
Yeah. She already has a gold medal from the Atlanta Olympics.
And she ranks that as one of her proudest accomplishments. Remember, I ran into Lindsay at a party after she had that gold medal secured. She was wearing it around her neck and beaming. I think she felt like that was
like Agassi. When you ask him about his most memorable moments, that's right up there.
Putting away the volley. Point away from leveling this first set at 5-all.
40-30.
I've been reading a little bit about Szávay, and was a great junior player. Not only in singles, but in doubles as well.
Saw her win the French Open junior singles title a couple of years ago. So the Russians obviously come through and dominate and populate the top 10, Mary Jo, but there's been so many other players from other Eastern European countries. Szávay from Hungary, and Hantuchova from Slovakia, of course, but so many others from Poland, Czech Republic. Here comes the other wave behind the Russians. She played good defense and had the opportunity.
She has very little margin on her forehand wing, Szávay. She really has to time it well, get under it that time. But it gets a little bit too low.
Pronounce her hometown there in Hungary?
No, all you.
She was 15 when she first turned pro.
Big opportunity here for Hantuchova to try to get ahead in the rally with a second serve.
Advantage Szávay.
She did get ahead, but Szávay using that backhand able to get back to neutral and producing the error from Hantuchova. Game point for 5-all.
Game Szávay.
Fourth ace already. She draws even at 5-all. Handled that occasion well. Pressure service game.
Looks very composed. You know, some of these young players that hit big, I mean, that's what they do no matter what the score is. They go for their shots. They're aggressive. Not a lot of weaknesses.
It's good if you can ignore the score.
Game.
That's a plus, right?
It is a huge plus.
Hantuchova spraying that. Our next window of coverage from the Pilot Pen will be this evening at 10:30 Eastern Time. You'll see 18-year-old American Donald Young, fresh off his first career tour level victory. Amir Delic, he beat the fellow American a couple of nights ago. He's got a tough customer, the top seed, defending champion Nikolai Davydenko tonight, 10:30 Eastern. On paper, you'd say Donald would be in way over his head, but we'll see how he handles the occasion. It'll be a nice crowd here. They'll be solidly behind him. But Davydenko doesn't often lose matches like this.
No, he's known to be a backboard and steady, but you never know. I mean, I like the fact that Young still played the juniors this year at Wimbledon.
Won it.
And won it. So he dealt with the pressure of playing against his own peers.
Love 30.
You know,
an opportunity here, by the way, at Love 30.
Yeah, big opportunity. Now I think he's going to start gaining more experience, and you know, what a thrill to win his first match.
He says this is his new favorite tournament. He finally broke through after 11 unsuccessful attempts at tour level tournaments to get that first W. Tonight, 10:30 Eastern. Big chance for the teenager. Good deep shot from Hantuchova, taking time away from Szávay there.
Definitely the shot I would play a little bit more now under pressure is that forehand from the 18-year-old. Very flat shot.
Looked like she tried to guide that one.
You know, she's got a bit of like, she takes her act back with the open take back, and if she catches it a late, you're gonna see a lot of misses, whether it's wide or long.
There's a forehand that finds the range in the corner.
That was a big one.
34.
This one she gets under a little bit better and does add a little topspin to it for safety. Covers it nicely.
Creates break point. Clutch forehand from Hantuchova. Szávay will have a look. He hasn't played an event where you've got the challenge in place, and she will challenge. This is a new thing for her. Those tier 4 clay events in Europe, they're not using the challenge system. They're turning their eyes to the screen, and it did just catch the line.
Has one challenge remaining.
Challenge not correct. That's by about a millimeter.
Barely.
Deuce. Tried for the little cross-court flick again. This time Hantuchova was ready for it.
Both players going to the drop shot quite frequently in this match on big points. Hantuchova anticipating correctly. Good lunge to make that forehand volley.
Dipping shot. Hantuchova unable to handle it. Not a natural volleyer.
No, but she's pretty good around the net. She also has played a lot of doubles. She's won all majors in mixed doubles with different partners.
But was she staying back when she played doubles, or was she coming up?
She was coming in.
Okay.
I know a lot of the women serve and stay back these days. Movement's always been an issue with Hantuchova. She's always been a little bit slow around the baseline, but that's something she's worked on so much over the last 6 months, trying to get a little stronger, put some muscle on, and work on the speed, and it's really helped her. Got that last one, good defending shot there. Keeps her in many more rallies. That's a good rally from both players. Heavy ground strokes, good depth.
This game is like a lot of the games we've seen in this first set. Long, competitive. This first set approaching an hour in length, 54 minutes.
Hantuchova helps that cause because she's so slow between points. Very deliberate. She likes her rituals.
A little late on that forehand, and Szávay a chance for a 6-5 lead here.
Only serving about 50% Hantuchova, and she's only winning 38% of the second serves. Needs a first serve here.
It took a lot off the first serve, and it is clocked for a winner by Ágnes Szávay, who will now serve for this first set when we come back. Pilot Penn Tennis in New Haven. Several momentum shifts in this opening set. Ágnes Szávay, Hungary, getting the break, and now she'll serve at 6-5 to take this first set from Hantuchova, the second seed here.
She's been the bigger hitter of the match so far, the 18-year-old. Going for a little bit more, getting that first strike in the rally.
Getting her first serve in more often, which has been the big key. Neither player very successful when they miss that first serve.
Good disguise with a double-handed backhand. She gets a great shoulder turn.
You pointed out Hantuchova's worked in her movement, but hitting behind her is still a good play, and Zoltan Zaharsky, Szávay's coach, knows that. He's been around forever.
Yeah, he's has a lot of experience. Has worked with Anke Huber, former top 5 player from Germany, and also Ana Ivanovic.
It's good hitting from Hantuchova.
Yeah, she's got to find a way to get inside that baseline and dictate. She likes to be in the center and then just start hitting to the corners.
Pick up, and she swats the volley just inside the sideline.
Aggressive play from Hantuchova. She committed herself to hitting that return and coming in. Great pickup, good depth, and then no problems with the swinging volley off the backhand wing.
Good aggressive play from Szávay, and it earns her a set point. Playing her very first main draw event in the United States at 18 years old. Clearly the underdog in this match coming in, but a good start. See if she can close the set right here. Rock solid. Let's see if either player makes use of the on-court coaching. Which is a win after this set. But Ágnes Szávay, the qualifier, makes the first set over Hantuchova. Back live to New Haven after this. Daniela Hantuchova in a hole. Here's Eduardo Nicolas on-court coaching allowed at this event.
Series, the official camera of the US Open invites you to visit the Olympus booth to capture it all.
Because you have to keep the back
all at the
high,
Olympus booth now.
all the time. You are falling before to hit. You have to stand up and then hit the ball. Second serve, you have to change a little bit. Okay? Bodies.
Tennis. You can't get enough of it.
But don't expect every time the other the backhand,
the best way. Join the United States Tennis Association.
She has no
Limited time.
respect
It's just
every time the
$25
backhand.
to become a new member.
She's
To join,
expecting
just
all the
call
time
1-888-TRY-USTA
So,
or click on tryusta.com.